All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. I'm back with another quick lesson. Through the Holy Spirit, the Rakal Kodash, pray that this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. You sincere believers in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai out there worldwide, man. All right. So this is getting right into this thing, the persecution of the Bible and the believers. Prepare your mind for the Straits. All right. And this post here came across my feed. So I didn't think it was a real article until I pulled it up. But the person that posted it said, have they taken it too far for you yet? Right. And I went to pull it up. Let's pull it up here. Right. Because it's crazy too, because on social media, the small hats, the 48ers, they're constantly being criticized, they're constantly being attacked, being called out, being exposed. So it makes sense why these devils need to control fully, social media. All right. But pulling it up here. Right. So this article actually came out November 24th, 2018. It says Jayish leaders demand Bible publishers print anti-shimmy disclaimers in New Testament. Right. And we're going to come back to this article. But what I was thinking about as I saw, the post. All right. This is the perfect narrative that they need, the wicked, what they need to use to come down upon the Bible and the true believers in the Bible. All right. Those that believe in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right. So the Lord told us that the world would come against us. All right. And we are in those times. And that's why I wanted to just, put some scriptures together and show these articles, because we have to prepare our minds for the straight. All right. For the straight gate. Real quick. I was looking that up too before we get into the lesson here. This word straight, it says a comparatively narrow passageway connected, a comparatively narrow passageway connecting two large bodies of water, often used in plural but singular in construction, a narrow space or passage, a situation of perplexity or distress. All right. And that's what's getting ready to come upon those that believe in the word of the Lord. All right. That believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Again, that straight gate. And this reminds me of, was it 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, which we'll get that too in a little bit. It says here, a causing distress, difficult, limited as to means or resources, strict or rigorous. All right. So that's what's coming. All right. The demonization, the persecution, of the scriptures and those that believe in the scriptures. All right. So like I said, we're going to come back to that. But let me grab this too. All right. Excuse me. Bear with me 1 second, Salakia. Just want to make sure my feed is running smoothly. No issues. Salakia, hold on. All right, cool. We good to go. All right. So anyway, with all that being said, I came across this article too. All right. As you see, it has high levels of persecution, very high levels of persecution, extreme levels of persecution. So this is the world map that they have here, this World Watch List 2025, which I thought was pretty interesting here. It says the world's watch list is Open Doors annual ranking of 50 countries where Christians face the most extreme persecution. It says explore each country profile and download the detailed dossiers for in-depth information about following JC in the most dangerous places. You'll learn more about Christian persecution and discover how to stand with your brothers and sisters in prayer and action. So, I thought this was pretty spiritual, because as I quoted in John, the 15th chapter, all right, Yahweh Shai said that the world was going to come against us. All right. So we're getting ready to see all these things. As you see these highlighted areas on the map, all these things are going to be highlighted here on the West, which, it's always been about, these devils, making these decrees and laws to come down against the those that believe in the Bible. Right. So we're in that time. And real quick, this is Acts 14 in verse 22, because this is the inevitable, as we've been constantly warning you true believers about. All right. Acts 14 and 22, it says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So they're getting ready to roll on all of us, man, soon to come. All right. Remember, we're going to be numbered amongst the transgressors. Our views of the Bible and what we believe in are going to be labeled as radical and extreme. All right. So these are all the tools that they're going to use to justify themselves to come after us. All right. So so it says we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, going again with what I was speaking about, the straits. All right. A position of difficulty, perplexity, distress. All right. We have to go through that. Hey, the scriptures say he that endureth. How's it go in Matthew 24? Let me pull it up, not to butcher it. Matthew 24. All right. He that endureth to the end, right? All right. Matthew 24, verse 13. And it reads, it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Right. So we have to endure unto the end of this thing, man. All right. And it says, in this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So we're witnessing the end of this current world. All right. The end of this Edomite hegemony that governs this world. All right. This word has been, pushed to the four corners of the earth. So we understand now we have to get ready to deal with the that tribulation, the persecution, the straits. Right. As we read that definition, it said, going back again, it said a narrow passageway connecting two large bodies of water, a narrow space or passage, a situation of perplexity or distress, right? Which I said was reminding me of 2 Ezra 7. Let's get that real quick too, right? And this walk, if you will, is not going to be easy, is the point that I'm stressing here. And we have to prepare our minds for this. All right. 2 Ezra chapter 7. And we'll start at the top here. 2 Ezra 7 and 1, it says, and when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the night afore. And he said unto me, up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. Excuse me. It says, verse 3, and I said, speak on, my power. And then he said unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow like a river, right? In which we were just reading that definition of the strait, right? It says, but put the case, the entrance were narrow like a river. Who then could go to the sea, into the sea, to look upon it and to rule it, if he went not through the narrow, right? If he went not through the straits. You see, if he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? All right. So we're going to have to go through the straits in order to receive the kingdom. It says, verse 6, it says, there's also another thing, a city is builded, all right, which is the kingdom of heaven, is set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. See, verse 7, it says, the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. So you got to imagine that, man. Imagine that path, that narrow path, with fire on the right hand and deep water on the left, right? And that's like I said, that's a dangerous, set path, which is the same path that we have to walk in order to receive the kingdom, man. That tribulation, as we read about in Acts 14 and 22. Verse 8, it says, it says, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once, right? So this is a very narrow yet dangerous path which only one man can go through at once, man. You see? It says, verse 9, it says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? So we got to go through the path. We have to go through that narrow pathway. You see what I'm saying? We have to go through the affliction, the persecution. We're going to take losses, man. All right. We're going to have to go through that narrow, is the point. This is why you have to gird up your mind as a man. All right. To prepare your spirit to undergo these trials, man. All right. Because these devils are hasting with these different laws and decrees, these different, these wicked plans. All right. To pretty much, to get rid of the scriptures, man. All right. To persecute us for our beliefs, to disenchant us, man. All right. So this is real, man. Right. Again, it says, 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and 9. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, speaking about the kingdom of heaven, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Right. Again, so we have to prepare to go through this thing, man. Right. It says, this is 1 Timothy 4 and 10. It says, for therefore we both labor and suffer reproach, because we trust in the living power, who is the savior of all men, especially of those that believe. And the all men, speaking about the all men of Israel, man. All right. Don't get simple. All right. So we understand that reproach, that persecution, that demonization is going to come. Right. So going back, just want to see if there's anything I wanted to read or take from this site here. Because as I was saying earlier, all right, you're going to see this thing eventually highlighted in the Western Hemisphere. All right. It says more than 380 million Christians suffer high levels of persecution and discrimination for their faith. Let's see. Yeah, that's it, man. So you get it. So because I was thinking about this as well. I remember this is from like last year. Let me pull it up. Just thinking out loud. All right. I think it was like the bill was like HR 3 something. I'll read it, but it says this was back in March 7th, 2024. It says Canadian bill would remove religious exemption from hate speech laws, critics warn. All right. Christians say quoting scripture could be criminalized if legislation passes. All right. So these devils have been, as I said, forming these different decrees and legislations to outlaw the Bible, basically. Right. And I remember when this came out, this was a big deal. Brothers did lessons on it. All right. But these are just the examples that I wanted to give of what the Lord said was going to happen. All right. It says lawmakers in Canada are considering legislation which, if passed, could criminalize the act of quoting scripture in defense of biblical marriage, sexuality, and other Christian views. Right. It says the proposed bill C367. That's what it was. Right. The proposed bill C367, currently under review in the House of Commons, would repeal religious exemption in Section 319 of the Canadian Criminal Code, which critics say could open up Christians and other religious groups to hate speech charges, right? That's what it's all about. It says, which critics say could open up Christians and other religious groups to quote hate speech charges over any comments or criticisms of the alphabetical movement. See what I'm saying? So, but all these things that are being set up is really to come against the actual true believers. All right, the true Christians, which are the Israelites, man. All right, those that believe in the truth in Yahweh by Shemi Shai. You know, it says Bill C-367 specifically targets paragraph 319, 3B, and paragraph 319, 3.1b of the Criminal Code, which prohibits any conviction on hate speech charges if, quote, in good faith, the person expressed or attempted to establish by an argument and an opinion on a religious subject or an opinion based on a belief in religious text. See that? Let's read a little bit more. We'll grab more scriptures, man. All right. It says if the religious exemption is removed, any religious or faith-based expression that refutes or condemns gender ideology, child sexualization, and other similar topics could potentially be deemed by Canadian courts as hate speech, right? And this is the same stuff that they're, doing here in America. All right. It says and lead to criminal prosecution for Christians and other religious groups. All right. And you know who they're talking about when they talk about other religious groups, right? It says, and I'll read these last two paragraphs here. Last three. It says, introduced by Block Quebec leader Yi Francis Blanchett in November. Bill C-367 has only an initial reading in the House of Commons. It is unclear when or if the legislation will advance. All right. It says, while Blanchett and other lawmakers say Bill C-367 comes in response to recent anti-Shemi demonstrations in Canada, including one in which a Muslim activist called for God to exterminate what he called Zionist aggressors, right? And that's another thing too. They're trying to use this algorithm to, pick up those who's using this Z word too, dealing with the small hats, the 48ers. It says some organizations like the Canadian Pro-Life Group Campaign Coalition warned the legislation could lead to more criminal prosecutions against Christians. That's what it's all about. And it's about these devils getting rid of the word of the Lord, man, outlawing the Bible, right? In February, David Cook, CLC's campaign manager, wrote, quote, no longer will we be allowed to share God's design for human sexuality and marriage in public. No longer will we be able to speak out in the name of God against drag shows for kids, child drag, or child sex change. Check that out. It says, quote, all this could be misconstrued as hate speech against the alphabetical community. Even our pro-life message could be spun as a hate crime against women. Last paragraph here. It says Jeff King, president of the International Christian Concern, says if passed, the bill would be, quote, would be a devastating legal tool to attack people of faith in Canada and allow the politicians working through the courts and police to send devout believers to jail for quoting the Bible, Quran, or other religious texts. You see, so it's all on the table here, man. Right? That's why I wanted to go through this article and this the one we're going to go back to dealing with the small hats, because the Lord warned us of these times to come. You see, let's grab some scriptures here, right? We're getting ready to go through those trials, and we have to stand, with our faith strong in Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right. This is for 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. All right. Share the sufferings of Yahweh Shai. See? 1 Peter 4 and 12, and it reads, it says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you, right? So we're going to go through shit. Okay? We have to have the mindset to bite down, man. All right? We're going to be tried. We're going to be tested. We're going to be persecuted for our beliefs, criminalized, It says, verse 13, but rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Yahweh Shai's suffering. that when his glory shall be revealed, you may be glad also with exceeding joy, right? Because the scriptures say, and we'll get it, but it says that the servant is not greater than his master. All right. The Lord said that they persecuted me, they're going to persecute you. All right. So as we saw on this map, this is just the beginning of many great things to come, man. All right. And you better believe that all these things are being prepared in the West now, man. All right. Remember, Esau doesn't have a lot of time left, man. The word is going out. The word of Yahweh Shema Shai is condemning these devils. All right. They can't refute this thing. You know, you Christians that try to come against the word of Yahweh Shema Shai are being destroyed. So the only thing left for this devil is to come down with the sword, to actually get physical with us. You know, to actually, come and grab us up. You see what I'm saying? You know, finishing it out, it says, 1 Peter 4:14. It says, if you be reproached for the name of Yahushai, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of power resteth upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. Exactly. You see, and that's basically the world, man. All right. According to the way of this world, Yahweh Shema Shai is evil spoken of. All right. Because remember, the Lord said that we are not of this world. He is not of this world. Therefore, the world will come against you. Right? On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. See? Because we understand that this has to happen. Right? Let's go back to that article real quick. All right. Because when all of these different types of decrees are pushed, it all goes back to the small hats. You got to understand that it's all about protecting and shielding them from the the inquisition that's going out. All right, that investigation, the them being criticized, them being exposed and called out. So it's really going back to this. So to hear this type of news is not surprising, man. Again, reading the headline, it says Jayish leaders demand Bible publishers print anti disclaimers in New Testament. What type of shit is this? Right? These devils are finished. And the Lord said that, right? And what was that in Exodus 17, right? Exodus 17 and verse 16, it says, for he said, because the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai have sworn that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai will have war with Amalek from generation to generation, man. So in this last generation now, we are still at war with these damn devils, right? And they're doing everything in their power to try to stop them, to stop them from falling, from being exposed. Let's read a little bit of this, man. Because like I said, this was back in 2018. So what do you think is going on now in 2025? All right. You got Trump in there. He's for the small hats. He's talking about death penalty and all of that for those who speak out and come against them, man. So this is about to get real crazy. But anyway, let's read a little bit, make this a little bigger. All right. So it says here, Jay's leaders are calling for new editions of the Bible and Quran to carry warning messages which highlight anti-Shemi passages in the holy text. All right. It's too far at this point, man. It says the recommendations have been made in a new document called An End to Anti-Shemi, a catalog of policies to combat anti-you-know-what. You see, and this is bad, man, because like I said earlier, on social media, man, everybody knows that these people are not the biblical Israelites according to the scriptures, man. All right. People are constantly speaking out about these people being frauds, man, not fitting the what's written in the scriptures, So it says, so these devils are, they're hurt, man. It says it was produced following international conference organized by European JS Congress, at which academics gathered to discuss how prejudice and discrimination can be tackled. Among the policies mentioned in the document was the idea of warning messages in holy texts, a topic discussed in a chapter entitled Recommendations Regarding Religious Groups and Institutions. You see, these devils are going hard, man. It says the document reads translations of the New Testament, the Quran, and other Christian or Muslim literatures need marginal glosses and introductions that emphasize continuity with Jayish heritage of both Christianity and Islam, and warn readers about anti-Shemi passages in them, man. This is crazy. It says, while some efforts have been made in this direction, in the case of Christianity, these efforts need to be extended and made consistent in both religions, right? So they've been planning on this since 2018, man, to put a disclaimer in the Bible, man. All right. To warn the readers of anti, you know what? Crazy, man. It says, there are several themes in the New Testament that have come under fire. There are several themes in the New Testament that have come under fire for their use as justification for anti-Shemi attitudes, man. These include the blame of the Jays for the death of Jesus, all right, and seemingly stubborn nature of the Jayish people and their disloyalty to the Most High. But see, what it's really about is the fact that Esau is being revealed, man. All right, that Amalek is being exposed. Matter of fact, let me get a scripture. Right, that's what it's really about. Don't let them fool you with this bullshit, man. This is what it's about, man. Let me get that in. See, it's scriptures like these, right? This is Jeremiah 49. All right, this is Jeremiah 49, and I'll start at verse 7. The point is in verse 10. Jeremiah 49 and 7. It says, concerning Edom. All right, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai of hosts. Is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye back, Slaki, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan. For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. You see that? So we're in the time of the Edomite being destroyed, man. All right, being exposed. Remember, 2 Ezra 6 and 9 tells us that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So the Edomite is in the position of power, rulership. Okay, these are the scriptures that they are tired of hearing or don't want to come out, right? It says, if grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If these by night they will destroy till they have enough. The point, verse 10, it says, but I have made Esau bare. See that? The Lord has made, let's go back to that and we'll finish the read. But it says, the Lord said that I have made Esau bare. Right? This is why they're coming after the scriptures, man. This is why they're trying to change the attitude. Like I said, they're trying to change the attitude of people of reading certain scriptures, you know, that pretty much condemn them. Right? It says, Jeremiah 49 and 10, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, right? And that's what's going on throughout the world, man. Everything, his secrets, his secret societies, his plans. All right, this new world order, who they really are according to the scriptures, the wicked. You see what I'm saying? It's all being uncovered. So now look, they're trying to establish these decrees. You know, we got to label this anti-Shemi. We got to do this. We got to do that. You know, this decree needs to be laid down. You know, he can't stop this thing. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. You see, his seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbor, and he is not. So he can't hide himself. Right? Let me get that in Obadiah too. Right? You see, this is let's just read down to the point. Again, Obadiah 1 and 1, it says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, power concerning Edom. Right? Because who's in the Holy Land? Okay, who occupies the land of Israel? All right, you got to read Ezekiel 36. It tells you that. Matter of fact, let's just get it real quick and we'll come back. All right. Salakia. I know I'm all over the place. But let's just get that. We'll come back to this. All right. Once again, this ties into this man's exposure. Right. So this is Ezekiel 36 and verse 2, and it reads, it says, "Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession." So the enemy is occupying the ancient high places, which is the Holy Land. All right. The enemy of the true biblical Israelites occupy the Holy Land today. You see the point. Verse 5, Ezekiel 36, verse 5. "Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea," all right, which is Greek for Esau, Edom, right? "And against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession." So Idumea, the Edomites, they have in possession the Holy Land. "With all the joy of their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey." So the Edomites occupy that land, right? This is why these devils are hurt. Let's go back, right? Obadiah 1 and 1, it says, "The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, concerning Edom, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, an ambassador to sin among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle." And that's going on in the earth right now, right? These nations rising up against those Edomites over there in the land of Israel. All right. NATO, America. You see what I'm saying? World War III is being prepared. Verse 2, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised." You see that? So this is why, like I said earlier, this is why everybody's speaking about Amalek. Everybody's talking about the small hats, the 48ers, who they really are, how they illegally, gain that land, if you will, right? How they control everything, right? How they sit up here and they play the victim, but they're actually the fucking oppressors, man. With this whole anti, bullshit, man. It says, "The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" And that's the mindset of Esau, that he'll never fall from power. "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai." So these Edomites are going to fall regardless, no matter what they try to do. Right? It says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen until they had enough? If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? The point. Verse 6, "How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?" So this is what's going on, man. This is why these devils are losing sleep. This is why they're forwarding these different decrees and these laws. All right, because their time is up. Okay. Let's go back to the read, man. All right, where we stop at. So it says here, it says, there are several themes in the New Testament that have come under fire for their use as justification for anti-Shemi attitudes. These include the blames of the Jays for the death of Yahushai and the seemingly stubborn nature of Jayish people and their disloyalty to the Most High. Right, and they don't even believe in the Messiah, man. That's another thing, man. There's tons of videos that I've seen on Instagram of these, small hatters letting you know that they completely deny the existence of the Messiah. But these are supposed to be the people of the Lord. It says, while there is some negative remarks about Jays in the Quran and negative portrayals of the people, it says the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justice Welby, has previously spoken how religious texts can be exploited and misinterpreted to promote discriminatory attitudes, right? So like scriptures like Revelation 2 and 9, okay, Revelation 3 and 9, all right, the synagogue of Satan, these are the scriptures that they're talking about, man. It says, let's read on some more. It says, anything else we can take from it? Because I wanted to go through this just to show you how much these devils are scrambling behind the scenes to to justify them, coming down upon the Bible and the believers, man. Those that really believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in truth and sincerity, right? This is beyond Christianity, It says, let's see, it says writing in a collection of essays published in 2016. He said it is a shameful truth that through its theological teachings, the church, which should be offered an antidote, compounded the spread of the virus. It says the fact that anti-Shemi has infected the body of the church is something of which we as Christians must be deeply repentant. You hear this shit? Right? Make it make sense. The fact that anti-Shemi has infected the body of the church is something of which we as Christians must be deeply repentant. We live with the consequences of our history of denial and complicity. It says, and I'll read this last part because it's a long article, but it says, let's see. Yeah, we'll read this last paragraph and we'll move on. It says the document, which was produced by academics, including Diana Perrett and Lawrence H. Schiffman, also calls on all anti-Shemi texts and passages in the heritage of Christianity and Islam to be identified and rejected. You see? So they're coming. All right. So if they're talking about this dealing with Christianity, how much more the Hebrew Israelites, man? That's my point. So this persecution is getting ready to be laid on thick, basically. Right? John chapter 15, verse 18, and it reads, it says, if the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. This is what Yahushua said. All right. And the whole world is getting ready to come against us, man, as it is written. All right. It's like it says here in the red, extreme levels of persecution is coming. All right. Against the Bible and against those that believe in the Bible. John 15 and 19, it says, if you were of the world will love his own. See? But because you're not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Right. So, hey, we're not of this world, like Yahushua said, man. Our message is not of this world, man. See what I'm saying? The message that we push is against the current establishment. Like I said, we're going to be numbered amongst, the transgressors, man. All right. We're going to be tied into, domestic, T, the T word, you know what I'm talking about. All right. We're going to be tied to extremism. Our beliefs are going to be labeled as radical. This is what the Lord is talking about, man. Okay. These Amalekites are ready to come down. It says, verse 20, remember the word that I said unto you, that the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. All right. Everything that we've been showing in this lesson thus far, if they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake. Hey, because, hey, you better believe, hey, saying the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to be labeled as hate speech and anti, Shemi. Right? But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. All right. This world doesn't know Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. This world has been set up against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Verse 22, it says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, and how did the Lord do that? Through his prophets. All right. Proverbs, the first chapter, he said that I should make my words known unto you. And he did that through his men. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned, but now they have no cloak for their sin, right? Because, hey, now the word has gone out there. You were warned of these things, man. All right. So all you Jakes that didn't consider this, especially those that know they're Israelites, all right, hey, it's on you at this point, man. You know, and you got a lot of Jakes out there that are not, you know, moving with wisdom, doing all of this folly on social media and, you know, the gimmicks and the theatrics and whatnot, you know. So you were warned. You see what I'm saying? Let's get some more. You know, just thinking out loud, dealing with that persecution, that demonization. John 17, the disciples in the world, the believers in Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the world, you know. John 17 and 13, it says, and now I come to thee, and these things I speak in the world that they might have joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word, and the world hated them. See? It's us against the world, literally. And the world have hated them because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. You see that? Verse 15, I prayed not that thou should take them out of the world. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from evil. You see that? So Yahweh Shai, when you read this chapter in John 17, Yahweh Shai was praying for the disciple. He was praying for the true believers, man. Okay, the Lord understood what was getting ready to happen to his followers, to his believers, man, and he prayed for them that we should be kept from the evil that's coming. You know, it says they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. You see that? So we have to expect these things. This is why I'm going through this lesson. You know, we have to make sure that our minds are prepared for these straits, man. All right. Esau is doing everything right now. He's getting ready to come down with full force. All right. Matthew chapter 5, and straight to the point here. It says, Matthew 5 and 7, it says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. Verse 10, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. As we read earlier, Acts 14 and 22, that through much tribulation is how we're going to inherit the kingdom. It says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Verse 11, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they prophets, Salaki, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. All right. So this is the same thing that happened, all right, to our forefathers before, and it's the same thing that's going to happen to us now. Right. You know, and that's pretty much it, man. I just, you know, had a few scriptures, just wanted to go through that, and we'll leave it right there, because that's pretty much the point. Let me get this too before we wrap it up. Psalm 94 and verse 20. And it reads, it says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? You know, speaking about the article that we had pulled up here, we're dealing with the small hats, man. All right. And this is what these devils do. They frame mischief by law, these wicked laws and decrees. To what? Verse 21. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. You see? And it's all about coming against the Israelites, the true Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, Hispanics, man, you true believers out there. It's all about coming against us. Verse 22, it says, but the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, our power, shall cut them off. So the Lord is going to cut these damn devils off. All right? When these devils make that move, believe that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to make that move, man. You know, so like the scriptures warned us of that, look, we would be persecuted, we would be thrown in prison. Revelation 2 and was it Revelation 2 and 10? Right? Revelation 2:10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. You know, some of us may have to be martyrs for Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, but it's still a win. Those that die in the Lord shall be risen first, right? Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, you know. And the Lord told us to strive unto the truth, unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee, man. So the point again, you know, Esau is definitely getting ready to roll, man. They definitely have, you know, all of these laws and decrees set in place to do what they got to do, you know. So we're not surprised to see these type of things pop up, you know. But just wanted to do this lesson to warn you, sincere believers out there, you know. So I pray I wasn't all over the place. I pray this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna close it out by giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakwadash, and Shalom to the next one. Shalom.